We're back. Sorry for the interruption. We're dealing with some of these problems.
Microwave frequencies.
Yeah, we're dealing with all kinds of extraordinary stuff, right?
That's right, because we're special. We must be, since everybody's always following us,
We're
targeting
definitely
us.
special. And I feel it too. I feel the love when they do it.
Oh, yeah. And I love them right back. I just pray right on them, and they can't stand it. It burns their soul.
So who are these people that target us? And tell us why we're being targeted first and foremost.
That's the million-dollar question that I'm trying to figure out. I only know that they are evil, because only evil people could do something like that to us and torture us on a daily basis since the day I was born for 59 years. They're evil, whatever they are. I believe they're demons and reptilians.
And this comes back from
Investigating
your parents.
my family, which is a good possibility that my family are reptilians. And I never knew about any of this stuff, but I have quite a long story about that too. I believe they're evil demons, reptilians, who knows, grays, different species, different dimensions. It's all like, it's not just one thing. It's a lot of things. It's witchcraft. It's that's what it is. We're not dealing with flesh and blood. We're dealing with the principalities. That's what we're dealing with. And the only thing I can figure out is they know why we're here, and it's something special. And we just don't know what our real reason is. They try to block our pineal gland by trying to calcify our pineal gland, that is like a direct like organ for enlightenment and spirituality. So if they're evil, that means we are good and we are holy and we are Christians. And I'm going to say right now, I'm not going to be silenced or mocked, and I'm not going to be scared. And I will stand up to these demons that are doing this to me. And nobody needs to be scared, because God did not give us fear. He wants us to stand up to them. Don't be scared. I'm still here. I'm 59 years old. They've been trying to kill me since I was born, and it hasn't worked yet. And if I do die, it's only because the Lord is going to allow me to die. That's number one. It's like a program. It's like a matrix. It's like unbelievable. People don't even believe unless they're involved in it themselves. And I'm not going to try to convince anybody that's going on. It's going on for sure. And I will not stand down to them. I am like a civil rights activist in my own little way, in my own little world.
Absolutely.
So why they're doing it, that's the question. I believe that we are part. I know people that have studied the Bible say we're not part of the 144,000. Well, I believe we are. I don't know the Bible. I was raised Catholic and we didn't grow up with Bibles. So the little I do know, and what I know, is that we're here for a darn good reason. I believe that we're going to be on the battlefield fighting these demons and judging them and delivering them to the Lord when he comes. And he's coming soon. So
all the signs would surely point to that, wouldn't they? Like all this stuff that's going on. We are like, especially within the last couple months, I feel like it's really ramped up and escalated, a lot, especially with the targeting. I didn't even really know what targeting was. And that's what
I
led me
didn't
to
either
you.
until last year. Me either. I knew nothing of it.
I
And a
started
lot of
asking
people don't know
people, and
anything about it.
they sent me your direction saying that you would be able to help me. And by helping me, I feel like we're going to help a lot of other people in
I hope so.
some of
I
these
hope
talks.
so. But
And that
number
was
one,
that I
the
got
person,
too. Like, you're not scared, because I would tell people some of the things that would happen to me, like the random cars that I would see, like that you just know in your heart when you're. I chose the name Enlightened Truth Seeker because I feel like God woke me up to see evil and see things for almost what they are, a lot more than I was before. It was like a great awakening, you know, so I would notice the
Exactly.
people following
A lot of people are going through that right now
and the
because we're getting
cars.
ready to fight that holy war.
And I can't explain it how, but I guess all the prayers that everybody's ever prayed for me came to work and it came into fruition because one day it just seemed like, you know, one of my prayers were answered and I just seen things totally different from that day, like the veil was lifted.
That's what
You
happened
know?
to me. The veil was lifted, and the Lord has been sending me into a direction to find out what my family's all about. I have right now another gentleman that is like taking those photos that I put on the internet about my reptilian family, and there is all kind of, we're just scratching the subject right now. There's all kind of weird stuff in those pictures that you wouldn't even believe, like demons and stuff. And in the picture of my great grandmother, like on the enlarging it, it's like her lips are actually molded together, like right here. That's just like another whole different story.
Wow.
Sorry for interrupting. It's just like there's so much to talk about.
There is, and we're going
So
to try to cover it all. We only got to, you know, we never know when the hour is going to come, but we're going to try. Like, if we got time, if we got, you know, we're blessed to wake up another day, we're going to try to cover this as much as we can. If it's all right with you, it's all right with me.
okay with me. I think when we last got cut off by the demons, the followers, I call them the followers because I don't like to give them so much credit calling them gang stalkers because I'm not afraid of the gang stalkers. They need to be afraid of me because
Right.
I am covered with the Holy Spirit and the Lord and they can't touch me. Um, so I was talking about when I was like 4 or 5 years old, I would be sitting by the heat vent because everybody in my family liked the heat to be on 62 degrees. And I froze my whole life, my whole childhood, my teenage years. I froze. So I would sit by the heat vent and get yelled at for turning up the heat, but I'm not a reptilian. I don't like it to be cold. So, um, so I can remember taking my little sister's diaper pen. Back in the day, they had like cloth diapers with big diaper pens, and I would stretch out the diaper pen, and I would try to dig out this piece of. It looked like a piece of lead in my left leg down towards my ankle, maybe about 5 inches up, and I would sit there and dig and dig and dig at this thing. Do you think? And I would be bleeding. Do you think that my parents would say, Lisa, what are you doing to your leg? You're bleeding all over the place. They never said a thing to me. It's still in there. And the other one I know, I was staying at my son's house when all this, when my veil was lifted. I stayed with him for a couple months. And I woke up one morning and it's like, Chris, sorry, I couldn't say that word, but what's in the back of my neck? And it's like this big lump on the back of my neck. That just looks like a pimple or something. So about 4 months ago, I had some problems with my vocal cords because I was in a coma for a month and a half and I had to get a trach, two of them. Long story, but they cut my vocal cord and I was having problems breathing. So I went and got an MRI done. And when I went into the doctor's office, I said, what's back here in my neck? She goes, oh, yeah, there's something there. I said, well, it's a tracking device and I want it taken out. All doctors are reptilians. She acted like she didn't know what I was talking about. A tracking device, it's like, yeah, they put them in dogs and they put them in people too. It's really hard to find a doctor that will remove them. There was this one doctor, he removed like 3,000 of them, but he died. And a lot of people say if you go in to get it removed, then they'll put another better one in there. So that one in the back of my neck, she won't take out. And I notice I have one like on my other ankle right now. So I think that's part of the reason that the electronics go off all the time because I've had them in there my whole life. So they record everything. I'm under constant surveillance. I know I am. Um, they follow me everywhere. So I just follow them back and I record them so they don't get paid. I think a lot of it, they have a high incidence of targeted individuals in Pennsylvania, where I used to live, and California, because they get money from the government. They fund it through like Citizens on Patrol, I believe, and community watches. And I don't, and like, I believe like security companies, things like that. And they get paid usually with gift cards.
Now, would it be safe to say that a lot of this stems from the elite, like the government, the elite, the MK Ultra programs, thing like that? Or is it bigger than that?
I think it's bigger than that. I believe, and you know, people don't have to believe me or not, whatever my beliefs are. Um, I believe that it has to do with Satan. He knows that the Lord is coming to take his children home, and we are his children. And they know from the day we're born that we are the children. And I believe that the Satanists, they want us to commit suicide so we go to hell because that's a sin. And they want to drive us crazy and end up in an insane asylum, which I have been in all my life. And I'm not crazy. And what they want to do, they want us to kill. That their ultimate goal is they want us to kill ourselves.
Which we're not going to do. We're not going to ever do that, right? We're going
No,
to
we
force
aren't.
through.
We aren't. That's why I'm here, because I had 3 suicide attempts in my life. Don't do it. Don't do it.
And I want to tell
That's
you
why
too,
I'm
because I
here.
had some
I
dark
want to
days.
empower people. Don't be scared.
I had some
But
dark days come out of nowhere, and I'll tell you what, I didn't understand it, like, because at the time my life was appeared to be good, appeared to be normal, like whatever normal is. I appeared to have everything lined up that you would be happy with, wife, kids, house. Never been married, but like I had a stuff like that, and good job. And I would just get these bouts of depression and like suicidal stuff, and I couldn't understand it. And it's starting to make sense now. Like, I
good.
believe deeply connected.
I'm glad. I'm glad. That's why I'm here. I have a mouth. I'm going to use it. And I'm not going to be intimidated or scared or silenced. I'm not. I'll go down just like this.
Because I
I'll
believe
go
there's a
down
lot of people that
empowering
suffer
people.
and they're
So,
being tortured and they're being
right,
afflicted by this stuff, and they don't know where to turn because of
I didn't
you
know
know
where to turn.
the tinfoil hat thing. People, you say certain things, and people say, "Oh, you're crazy. You need a tinfoil hat," and we look at
Yeah,
them like
because
they're
they're part
crazies.
of it. They're part of it. We're like, I took like the population, which is like 7 trillion, and divided it by the 155,000. It's like 59,000 to 1. And that's actually what the odds are. So there's 50. For one person, there's 59,000 against us. And that's just the
Oh,
way it is. But they the Satan wants us to all belong to him. So there's not one soul left for the Lord to come to take his children home. I think that's what it's all about. That's just my personal opinion, but I can't think of anything else. So I'm here to empower people and let them know that they're not crazy and they're not alone, and they can call me and email me anytime. And I'm always here and available to anybody to help anybody.
absolutely, absolutely. And I'm gonna leave links in the description for my information as well as Miss Lisa Marie's. I'm new. I'm learning this stuff. I'm learning. I'm finding out new stuff every day, and I'm sure we
It'll
all
come
are.
pretty quickly. It'll come to you quickly.
And I just the message that I really want to get out is, like, talk about what we know, and then we're going to give the solution. Like, don't give up, pray. You got to pray some of these problems away. It might not stop, but it'll definitely help, and the Lord answers all your prayers.
I mean, the other night, I stay prayed up because I know they're watching me all the time and they're listening to me all the time. So I fight fire with fire. I know they're doing witchcraft and everything else against me and my dog, try to like possess my dog. That's another whole story. But I stay prayed up. I read my Bible out loud. I listen to my Christian music 24/7. They can't stand it. They can't stand it. And even then, I was laying in bed the other night, and um, I was like, I was awake, but I could feel a dark demon. I don't know if it was Satan or not. Grab me from behind, try to pull me down to the hell. And I just fought him and prayed up on it, and he went away. It's not going to stop. And the more you have faith and the more you fight back, the more you are going to get more spiritual warfare, and they're going to come out after you with all the guns. And I'm ready for them. And they know it. They're listening right now.
That's why we need the whole armor of God. And
Arm,
don't forget to
that's
pray.
it.
Prayer is like a powerful, probably one of the most powerful tools that we as humans possess. You know, other than
And
believing in.
the Lord lets me know that He's answering my prayers. I was at the beach a month ago, and I was talking to another Christian woman, which was unusual to find another Christian. And while we were talking about the Lord, the sea turned purple. I have it on my playlist. The sea
Really?
turned purple. Yes, and I looked up a purple sea, and I couldn't find anything. It's just like some type of series or something called the Purple Sea, but the sea turned purple in front of me, and that's my favorite color. And the Lord always shows me purple flowers,
All
so
right,
I
I'm gonna
know.
check that out. If you're watching this series, Lisa Marie has a full playlist of all kinds of different fun stuff. She has a lot of stuff that we're going to speak on here. She'll probably because as YouTubers and content creators, we feel the moment and we'll pick up and we'll create on the spot. So that's how a lot of this creating's done, especially with some of us small time channels. So check out a lot of her videos, man. Check out all her videos. And if you like them, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share. I know I'm going to be sending all my people over your way to check them out.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I just want to be able to empower people. That's what it's all about. That's the bottom
Absolutely.
line. And we're just going to keep on finding more things out about what's going on. But it's like it really doesn't matter, like, how are they doing it? What kind of machines, that kind of stuff. It's just like, how are we going to react to it?
And I watched a lot of your videos. I told you that the other day. Like I didn't get to watch all of them, but I put the playlist on and they played through. And I was really drawn to a lot of the things that you were saying. And I was like blown away and mesmerized at a lot of these subjects. And I know that a lot of people will be contacting you and wanting to know a lot more about this stuff. Curious, just like I am, because we don't know. Well, I didn't understand what was happening to me, but now that I'm understanding it a lot more, I was never scared. I was always like pray out like I'm with Jesus, unless somebody physically like a situation maybe that would scare me, in the moment because we're humans, we get scared. But like the spiritual side of it, I know like nothing can harm me, but I was lost. I didn't have any answers to what was going on to me.
And other YouTubers have helped me, and that's what I want to give back. That's why I'm here and doing this. And I know I'm exposing myself, but I'm already been exposed to the whole world because that's what they do.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, um, I have a lot of stories about my reptilian family. I when I was in my coma, I died and went to hell and met my aunt there. That's quite a story too. Um, I'm the
Well,
black sheep of the family, and now I know why.
I love
Um,
that story too. When you were telling that story on one of your videos about the black sheep, like that was one that really got my attention too. You were
because
in the
we
moment on
are
that
not
one.
really part of our family. It says it in the Bible. It's going to be mothers against daughters, daughters against mothers, and even Jesus said, "Who is my mother and who is my sisters?"
I really felt like you were telling my story at that point. I did. Like when I heard
I'm
that,
glad.
you
I'm
know,
glad. There's quite a few stories out there. Some of them were, I thought I had it bad. Some of them were very heartbreaking. You wouldn't believe, like the torture, the real horrible. I can't even think about it. It makes me cry. what people have been through. And let me tell you, they will either, we're going to judge them, which I hope, because Lord have mercy on them, because I will have no mercy. I will have no mercy for these people doing what they're doing to people. It's evil, it's demonic, and they will have they have a special place in hell. They have a in the lake of fire, they're going to be in the hottest part. That and those people and people that do things to the children.
Well, I know that we're going to be ridiculed. We're going to be called names. We're going to be
Doesn't
shunned.
bother me.
We're going to have a whole flood of trolls. And
That's
all I
fine.
can say is that I
Bring it
love
on.
them. I'm going to pray for them. And I love you. I understand that
I love you.
we're going to have to take a break here shortly, right? And we'll wrap up the first
Yes.
episode. But what can we expect coming up on the next
Well,
whatever,
I
whenever?
guess people can make some comments on the show. I have quite a bit I can talk about. We can talk about my dad and how he was involved in the Pegasus project that he named and had to do with MK Ultra. I've been MK Ultra all my life. I can talk about the reptilian sides of my family, what I have found out from the Lord. We can talk about how my family's like trying to not give me my inheritance, like 4 against 1. And I'm the poorest person in the whole family. I'm like disabled and renting a room. But regardless, and we can talk about the Lord, and we can talk about the different ways that people are targeted and how we can fight back and how we can be empowered.
Absolutely. So we got all that to look forward to. And, as we learn, you're going to learn, YouTube. It's not easy being a small time content creator because, like Miss Lisa Marie said, we put ourselves out there. We are doing this to help people. There's no other reason for this. We're just trying to help people. So if you want to help us, make sure you like our videos. If you like them, truly, if you enjoy them, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe is important. And feel free to share any one of my videos. If I put it on my channel, you are more than welcome to share it. How I'm sure the same goes for you, Miss Lisa Marie.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. So
Oh,
we're just here to help people because we're both gone through it. Ernest is like at the very beginning stages of like coming to terms with being a targeted individual. And it comes to you pretty quick. Once you realize you're being targeted, everything starts to make sense of this insanity matrix world we're living in. But the Lord's coming soon. The Lord's definitely coming soon. So I guess if there's anything that you would like us to talk about, if we know any of the answers, nobody knows the answers, but we'll do the best we can to help you.
so definitely put your comments in the comment section. Leave your comments, leave your suggestions. We're open to all that. We're going to wrap it up today. Miss Lisa Marie, thank you for partaking and deciding to help people and speaking out on some of these topics that we face every day. And I want you to have a wonderful day. And I love you, sister, in Christ.
I
And
love you. I love you too in Christ. And I love each and every one of you. And I'll say what I always say, be the reason somebody smiles today, because you never know, traveling in this world, you might be the only person they see in a whole day or a week.
and you
Just
can
be kind.
absolutely impact somebody's life with a smile. And like you, I hear you say that too. You close off all your videos with, what is it? What is that famous saying you got?
Um, be the reason someone smiles today.
And with that, have a good day, YouTube. Until next time.